Yarr, vasty landlubbers, and welcome to the news of thieves. No, don't worry, I'm not going to do that voice all through the video. But yeah, Rare have released a pretty big update. They call it a full client update today, Tuesday the 27th of March as I'm recording this. Just after 2 PM, so the server should be back online following the update. Now, things they're addressing with this update, beyond the key issues affecting players, they've been listening to the feedback basically, and they're going to abolish the so-called death tax, which is good and bad. I mean, I can see, there needing to be some penalization in game, because the only thing that faces you at the moment is losing your loot, which is still a pretty big issue, but I mean, that's the only penalization that they've got in there. So they'll be keeping an eye on community feedback and sharing more later on down the line. So let's have a look what the actual update is going to be addressing. The first thing is the player rewards being delayed. So due to the volume of players cashing in rewards, there are going to be some delays. So this is ongoing and they're working to improve it. They've made improvements in the last 2 maintenance windows so far, and have identified some client-side fixes which require a game patch to update, and that's where they've released a full 9 gig client update rather than just a short-term patch. And it's all tied to the scale of players that they're seeing at the moment. So just basically, their advice on that is don't quit the game, try to restart it during peak times, and just continue to play, and the rewards should flow through eventually. So, second point is achievements being delayed. So they've temporarily disabled achievements being awarded to allow the services to cope with the scale of messages flowing through, and it's lasting longer than they thought it would. So they are storing all awarded achievements and working to deliver them for players who've been affected, and sometime in some of the groundwork will have been laid in this latest patch, but the time on arrival on that one's a little bit more loose while they work on the plan. Again, the status of that one is the plan's in place and they're hoping to deliver delayed achievements and turn achievements back on by the end of this week. That's Tuesday, March 27th. So, third thing they're addressing is players having difficulty getting into the game at peak times. So, during peak times for them is 4 PM to 9 PM EDT, 1 PM to 6 PM PDT. They've been seeing a high volume of players, which has led to strain on the matchmaking server. So the status of this one is that they feel like they're on top of it now, and they've made a series of fixes and tweaks, and the join and play rates are now manageable. If they start to see a high influx of new or returning players, there might be cases where they need to temporarily halt incoming players to maintain the quality of experience for those playing. But if they need to do this, they'll send out messages on social channels. So their advice on that front is, if you experience this, try matchmaking into a crew that is already out on an adventure, as you will join an in-progress session rather than going through the server matchmaking flow. Fourth thing that they're addressing is characters losing details like hair color, scars, like the customization stuff. So they've seen isolated incidents of this being reported since launch, and the current status of that one is they have a client-side fix, which is, again, gone into this big game update to prevent this happening in future. But if this happened during the launch week, contact the support team and they'll investigate cases and help to resolve it. So it says, fixed for the next client update. So that should be the update that has gone live. Again, yeah, I believe fixed for the next game update is ETA 27th of March. So this is this afternoon's update, that another host of things that have been put in and fixed. So the first of that is temporarily missing items. So they've been seeing reports of players loading into the game with no items or weapons, and that is now, according to this, officially fixed. Problems on Xbox One X when playing Sea of Thieves, that has been officially fixed. Players not receiving entitlements such as the Black Dog Pack, like that as well, has apparently been officially fixed. And anyone who has redeemed their code now should see this being available from the client update. If you are yet to receive your code, in the final batch of these are being sent out this week. So that is about it for the latest Sea of Thieves update. I haven't really had a chance to jump into it and play it myself. If anybody has, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And I will see you salty sea dogs on the next update video. Yarr.